That's neat because I can set that up. I can set that up over there hanging.
The fact that we are incorporating magnets into our work is so cool.
Just if I wanted to stop the recording, hit the pairing button.
Boom!
We're gonna do a little bit of good mornings because it is a good morning. Not giving a ton of focus to heavy weight, low reps, but just getting some calories burned. The versatility that you get with having this little setup, shooting in D-Log, having a magnet on it, the small form factor. I don't have to come here and set up my camera, big tripod, because honestly, when I'm working out, that's the last thing I really want to do is, but the idea that I can come in and literally put this on any piece of equipment. Audio is so slept on. It's one of the things that makes or breaks a video. It's one of the things that makes it so you either want to watch or you don't want to watch, or you unsubscribe, or you don't keep watching a video because yeah. You can find a ton of videos about the DJI Mic 3 versus the Mic 2, or the Mic 3 versus the Mic Mini. I'm not even gonna say I'm gonna do reviews with these. Be more like practical walkthroughs on equipment. Originally, I was using the old DJI mics. They don't have the 32-bit float, but if you're aware and you do some audio checks, if you're just doing interviews, which is what I usually do, I don't know that it's necessarily needed. Pretty stoked at where things are with the tech, with everything. I think the neat thing is the noise reduction more than anything. I'm interested to see how that sounds. And then again, being able to incorporate this with my Action 5 for content like this. Yeah, you take like a second or good 2-3 minute break for working out, and I got a lot more energy in my legs now. So we just upped the weight to 130. This is low noise cancellation. So one more set here. This is the high noise cancellation. So I'm interested to hear or see what that looks like. I'm interested to see, or have you guys put in your own opinion on that as well. What do you like more? This one is with no noise reduction. 1, 2, 3. Anyway, let me know what you think. Definitely interested to know what you're thinking. Which one do you like more? Considering the environment that a gym is. Not that it's crazy noisy in here, but there's a lot of other distracting noises that could be going on. Because true friends, if they saw you in here in the gym, working out, and you decided to start recording it, posting it online, whether you're super fit, maybe even a really good athlete in some regard to something, or you're just trying to have a change in your lifestyle, lose the weight, and better yourself. The people that judge you for that, doesn't matter where you're at in everything, they're really not your friends. They're really not people that are worth having around.
Initial thoughts, final thoughts. I'll probably have more thoughts in the future as it goes to the noise cancellation. As neat of a feature as that is, I would rather use and apply noise reduction in post when it comes to my editing. So why have that feature? Honestly, I think it applies more to those that are using it for live recordings. They're using the mics as a run and gun solution. We're talking YouTube live, we're talking Instagram stories, lives, that sort of thing. Ultimately, the best thing that you can do is, for noise, either change your environment or bring the mic closer to your face or to your mouth. Obviously, it is going to be super clean and isolated and easier to isolate from any background noise. Now, a gym is very very noisy. I would say probably one of the hardest. If anyone has a thought on this and can think of a harder spot to fight noise, let me know. But I think, and this is kind of why I went to the gym to do this, is for the simple fact that it is hard. And it was so bad inside the gym that it was also taking out my own voice because it wasn't sure how to discern what was what. I think the noise cancellation, if I was standing maybe 100 yards or so from a freeway, it would do a really good job at removing the noise of the freeway. Within the gym, I'm talking. I'm in a room. There's reverb. There's people moving weights. There's other people talking. Having the microphone just here and not necessarily super close to my mouth all played a factor into the quality of the noise cancellation that I got out of these.
I sat down here and I couldn't see the light on the camera, so then I was like, am I recording?
That's not to say that it's not good, not to say that it's really awesome. Again, if it was me and I'm using my audio or my skill set and bringing the audio into post, I'm gonna clean it up that way. I would rather have all of the audio captured in its purest and rawest form, or rather than trying to fix it ahead of time and then being stuck with a muddy, phasey kind of voice from myself. So honestly, my second thoughts with this or any other product from DJI is open up the DJI Memo app and learn about the product that you're about to use. I have a pretty good understanding of how a lot of things work, and so I chose to forego watching any of their videos and went straight to it. So this is almost even kind of like a proof or evidence of what happens if you do not apply certain settings or fine-tune your microphones to work properly. Not that they weren't working properly, but to the best that they can be. For best results, apply that, because there's things like automatic gain and there's dynamic, and anyway, look into that, where it makes sense to use it, change it, when to use 32-bit float, when it makes sense, and maybe when it doesn't. Honestly, I think there's definitely a spot and a place. I think for vlogging, 32-bit float is great, because it definitely lets you save your audio so that any mess ups or mistakes, it's there and it's able to be fixed. On the other side of that, I don't want to have to always be saving my work. Get it right the first time. You know, I think that goes back to my experience with film, and anyone with experience with film is going to relate to that. Get it right the first time so that you're not, you know, or make a lot of mistakes so that you can learn from them. Maybe you just can't afford to have that mistake. And so the 32-bit float is great for those moments because it gives you a dynamic range. 32-bit float does not help you out with noise cancellation in any way. It doesn't change. So let's say like noise is here and your volume's here. If you change the gain, it brings both levels down. If you increase it, it doesn't change the separation. Something to think about, something to consider, something that you should be aware of, that 32-bit float does not help out or change how well you can isolate sounds. It lets you capture more sounds, and it lets you capture some of the quietest noise. In the comments, was this a fair kind of trial run comparison? I didn't do any comparison really, but was this fair to the application? Because I was trying to test out a spot and a place where people would really utilize this, and I see plenty of gym content out there that people do this with or something similar, and usually it's in the past it's been mic 2s or the original mics, and they're still great. And I think that generally people are still cleaning up the audio in post, and I don't necessarily think that this is going to eliminate that. If you're okay with having a little bit of a phaser type sound or the potential of you might losing your voice and the topics that you're talking about, then this is fine to use the noise cancellation. If you want to streamline the process of editing, and you know, maybe I don't have enough time with them to justify or say 100% with certainty that I won't at some point go back to using the noise cancellation in the mics. But as it sits right now, I'm not too crazy about it. And for whatever reason, I felt like the basic noise cancellation when I was running the mic with my Action 5 camera seemed to work better and not be as phasey sounding with my voice as it was with the transmitter. I'm sure it's a setting, but anyway, if anyone has thoughts on why that's that way, let me know. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel, and if you like these, there's gonna be more, plenty more. Stoked to be making YouTube content again. I think I've gotten exhausted with Instagram, so this is where you'll see more of me. And TikTok, I don't know, I'm just so over flashy, short, forgettable content. So